Okay. The lighting in my room used to be the best place in the world, and now it's not. Okay. All right, that's a little better. Now, bear with me. I don't know if this is going to make it better or worse. Let's see. Thanks for coming back. All right, we're going to work with it just like this. I need to be taller. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. Hold on, let's make this a little bit taller. We can do it. We can do it. You should see the jerry rigging I got. Oh no, it's actually lower. Actually lower is what we should do. Hold on, bear with me, you guys. I got a new tripod. I got new things happening here. I got funny lighting because of all this snow. But we're going to get there. That song's exactly what popped into your head, I bet, right? Okay, hold on. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a, how does it go? A rabbit and a hat and 6 point something. All right, hold on, you guys. I got so much on my mind today. So much. And I can't, I should have got this all set up beforehand. Hold on. I wish I had a girl I would call. Yes, exactly. All right, look, there we go. We're in business now. We are in business now. So I'm just going to start talking, and I have some new colors to show you guys too at the same time. But like, I'm like super wicked pumped because my team is working towards a huge promotion. And the last time we were working, hi Chanel, the last time we were working for a big promotion was literally a year ago, you guys, a year ago. And I'm not the type of person that can sit in the same place for a year. Let me tell you that much. I'm not the type of person that can sit in the same place for a year. But here's where we are. And everything needs the time it takes, right? So I am just ready to scream it out to the universe that this is where we're going. So this time last year I was working towards green status. And now it's orange. Now this is where we're going. And I was watching a training on my team page this morning, and it really got me thinking. Hi, Kaylee. Hi, Kathy. Everybody say hello when you're here. You're just going to have me jumping in. You're going to be jumping into my crazy brain working in overtime. So I was watching this team training today about comfort zones. And I think a lot of people probably, and a lot of people say to me, like, how do you just go on Facebook and do this and put yourself out there like this? And I could never do what you do. And, you know, these type of things. And, you know, have that kind of confidence and, you know, that type of stuff. So, I mean, which honestly sometimes is so weird to me because I don't see myself as any different than anybody else. But in my mind, I have this sort of like thing that just, you know, doesn't let me be afraid to just do stuff, right? And so this training I was watching this morning, hi Janet, this training I was watching this morning was like talking about comfort zones and confidence. And, you know, do some people just have this innate built-in confidence? Or do you have to learn how to do it? Or, you know, what is it? Where does it come from? So I think for me, this kind of weird innate sense of confidence that I have just comes through going through a bunch of shit in my life. Like that's bottom line what it is. Because part of me knows like it can't be as bad. Nothing can be as bad as where I've been. Nothing can be as bad as the things I've gone through. You know what I mean? Like nothing can be as bad. So when you sort of spend, you guys, and I'm not saying this for the pity party, believe me. I say this because I've always believed if I could lend a little bit of that, whatever kind of weird strength I was just born with, if I've always believed if I could just give a little bit of that out to people, it would be amazing, because I just sort of have always had this fearlessness inside me, but I think it's because I've just been through some shit. You know what I mean? So I was thinking about that so much today. And, you get to these points, right? You get to these crossroads. You get to these points in your life where it's like, it's time to move. And which direction do I go in? And I've been thinking about my journey in this business, and I've been thinking about, and you guys are getting like almost like a team training right now, even though I'm just here doing some makeup, talking to you. But I love to talk to people about this kind of stuff because I just want to lend it out, what I have in there. I just would love to lend it out. So we were talking about, the training was talking about comfort zones and, confidence and where does it come from? And, I'm thinking in my mind, like it comes through going through some shit. And I've gone through some shit. So I don't get afraid to try new things because you're kind of, when you spend your life going through some shit, you're always sort of planning an escape route. What do I do to get to the next place? What do I do to get out? What do I do to get to a better situation? And I think that just equipped me to be able to do what I do now. And, I grew up sort of, some people call it, I've been called a recognition junkie. I think overachievement and recognition was sort of my drug of choice, for lack of a better term. Because believe me, if anybody had a reason or an excuse or an out to just succumb to the pressure that a lot of us we know have succumbed to, and you guys out there my age, we're dealing with this right now. It's a crisis. Like, this is what people turn to. But for whatever reason, I turned to overachievement. That was what got me my attaboys. That was my escape. And I, because of that, sort of cooked too fast, right? I was over-responsible, hyper-responsible, hyper-vigilant, overachiever, be the best at everything, because that was my escape. And use this analogy of like a cupcake, right? If I make some batter and I put the cupcake in the oven and I turn the heat up super, super high to try to cook it fast, it may look cooked and done on the outside, but the inside is still batter, right? It didn't get what it needed to be a full, tasty cupcake, right? And I think that's kind of when I started this business, the point I was at in my life was I was kind of the cupcake that was only cooked on the outside. And I wasn't done on the outside because the circumstances of my life just pushed me to the point to get out, keep moving, get out. And it just forced me into this hyper maturity, hyper responsible, overachieving survival mode, right? And so the past year in this business for me has been about finishing cooking and like doing all the work and getting all the nurturing to myself that maybe I didn't get. And you get to this point, and I feel like I'm at this point now. So look at this. Like, I have always been, whether it's on a sports team or in a job or in whatever sort of organization or whatever I'm involved in, I'm always looking to be looked at as the best at it. And for whatever reason, when I started this business, I knew that's not what it was going to be about. And I really kept it slow at first because I knew something about me knew it wasn't supposed to be about being the best at this. It wasn't supposed to be about me being the highest salesperson or the most anything. I knew there was something more about this business that I needed than to just keep on that same path of just trying to be the best at everything. And I spent a lot of time soul searching and working on myself and working on my relationship with myself and my relationship with others and my relationship with money and mindset, my relationship with my own mindset. And I've changed so many things, and I feel like, we're never done cooking, but I feel like, those insides have like warmed up enough, and it's time. It's time to do this for friggin' real. It's time to take charge of this, because I know that there's a lot of people out there that feel like I felt. I know there's a lot of people out there that have been in the position that I've been in. And I feel like now, why can't I go to work for somebody else and be the best at it and not do it for myself? Why can I be on a team and be the best at it, but not do that for myself? Why? Because I was living in that mode of being like the recognition junkie and seeking my approval from somebody else, Because if I'm working for myself, if I'm busting my ass at my own business, who's there pointing out, going, Robin's number one? Nobody. And that's what I used to need. So this past year in my business has been about me giving that to myself, so I don't need to seek it somewhere else. So I don't need to go to work and work for somebody else and put so much more money into their pocket than what's going into mine. I don't need to do that anymore, because before I was doing that so somebody would say, oh my God, great job, Robin. Great job, Robin. Great job, Robin. Robin's good at this. Robin's good at that. Robin's good at this. Robin's good at that. I don't need nobody else to say that to me anymore. I know. You know what I mean? Like, I know. And that's why I've been so stuck working for other people and doing things for other people and living my life for other people, because it's all about seeking their approval. That's what it is at the end of the day. And, like any other person who has some sort of addiction with food, with drugs, with alcohol, with sex, with gambling, with whatever it is, that's feeding something that you didn't get. And so for me, maybe it's a little more of a socially acceptable sort of problem or whatever to be an overachiever. But it's not serving me. It wasn't serving me anymore. It wasn't moving me forward in my life. It's not getting me to where I need to be. So doing this business and having doors open to me to personal development and being around like-minded women and being around people who are supportive and positive, and the people that I work with, like, they don't benefit from how well I do. They benefit from having a friend and seeing your friend do well and genuinely wanting to see other people do well, And I couldn't do that in this business if I was waiting for somebody to point me out and tell me what a good job I'm doing. That doesn't happen when you have your own business. It's thankless. And you got to be wanting to pound pavement and get shit done, And I just feel like I had sort of this watching this video. You're so right. Thank you, Lisa. Hi, Jen. Oh, I'm staring out the window at snow, Jen, and you're down in Florida. Hi, Kelly. So I just was thinking about this morning when somebody was saying, like, where does confidence come from? Where does it come from? And at the end of the day, where does confidence come from? Confidence comes from trying something and then getting to the other end of it. Whether you win or lose, or no matter how it gets done, confidence comes from doing something. Confidence comes from taking action, right? So confidence comes from going through some shit in your life and knowing you're still here standing, and knowing that I didn't go down a wrong path, and knowing that I didn't make choices that ruined my life. You know what I mean? Confidence comes from going through shit, because I know that nothing is, everything's better than what it was. You know what I mean? Hi, Tanya. Everything's better than what it was. So when you see those people, those sort of like, you know, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? When you see those people that are like rags to riches stories, why do they get that? Like, you look at people like that and you say, like, how did they do that? Where did they find the strength to know that that was possible when they've been through X, Y, Z? Because they've been through X, Y, Z. You know what I mean? For me, it's always been looking for how to get out and up. You know, and now it's not anymore, and that's an amazing thing. So I can take all these things I've been through, and if you're sitting there like the underdog, if you're sitting there thinking, you know, I don't know how to get out of a paycheck to paycheck lifestyle, I can't do more than this, this is all I've ever known. If you're sitting there feeling like, I don't have any confidence, I don't have any self-esteem, I've been bullied in my life. If you're sitting there thinking like, I'm so lonely and depressed, I've been abused in my life. If you're sitting there thinking like, I don't know what else is out there, I don't know where to start, I don't know where to begin, I don't know what to do, I don't deserve more. Because that's really what you're saying when you say all those things. You're saying, I don't deserve more. But I'm going to tell you something. If you don't have anybody in your life telling you you deserve more, I'm that person in your life telling you you deserve more. You deserve more. You can learn how to get out of a paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. You can learn how to build confidence. You can learn how to build self-esteem. You can learn how to remove all the negative Nancy's and toxic people in your life. And it sucks and it's painful because the people in your life are a reflection of you and how you feel about yourself. And that's it, bottom line. I know that sucks to say and I know it's hard to hear, but the closest people in your life are a reflection of how you feel about yourself. So if you need to make changes in that, then you make changes in that. And if you need to be around a group of positive, supporting people, like, you come to me or you find it somewhere else. You know, if this isn't your thing, you find it somewhere else. But I have to tell you, you can't continue to sit back and be in the comfort zone. You can't continue to sit back and tell yourself you can't do it and all these reasons why you can't do it. You have to believe you want more. You have to believe you deserve more. Everybody deserves more. You know, the people that aren't getting what they want are the people that in the gut don't believe they deserve it. And what do I do when I get there? And life is going to really friggin' change when I get there. Because life is really going to friggin' change when you get there, you know? But you have to get there. You got to believe it. Even if you only have that tiny little ounce of belief, I'll give you the rest. Do you know? Do you know what I mean? And I know I sound like angry and mean, but it's not angry and mean. I'm just like, I just found a voice for what I've always been looking to give a voice to. You know, I always knew that there was something out there that I could do. There had to be something out there that I could do. And if you know somebody that needs to hear this, you hit that share button. If you know somebody that needs to hear this message, then please hit that share button. If you are connecting to this message, then please hit that share button because it's important for people to know. There's people out there looking for something. There are people out there looking and searching for something every day. And it is so important to me. This is why I don't watch the news. It's so important to me to put the good stuff out there, you know? There's not enough of that in our world. There's not enough. So hit that share button because somebody out there needs to hear this too. And if you're sitting there, like I said, not knowing a way out, you don't have to have all the answers. You just have to take a tiny little step. You just have to take a tiny little step. And I feel like being from Boston, those of us who really grew up here and those of us who are really from here, and I'm sure this is true for everywhere, but I feel like, you know, our geographical area is, for what I know there's a lot of areas not like this and a lot of people not like this in our area, but my world that I grew up in, my reality was a lot of working class, paycheck to paycheck kind of people. And you you try your best to save as much money as you can, but you're just worried about paying the bills, and you're just worrying about keeping the lights on, and you're just worrying about, not running out. You know what I mean? Like not running out of money before the next paycheck comes in is a huge success. But that's not living. That's just friggin' existing. There is so much more out there, and when you start connecting outside of that comfort zone, you know what I mean? I'm super proud of where I live. I'm super proud of where I come from, but I can't keep my mind in that place. I can't keep my small town mind in that place. There's more out there. You don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. You can accumulate wealth. You can accumulate abundance. You can have prosperity. You can change the trajectory of your entire family's legacy. You know what I mean? I know, like, a lot of us around here and lots of other places come from people who, just put in a good hard day's work. And that's what you do, right? You put in a hard day's work. You work for the company. You do the right things. You listen to the rules. You follow the rules. You do what you ask. You do what's asked of you. You punch your clock. You put your food on your table, and you work 9 to 5 and you come home and you watch TV and you get up and do it all over again. I'm done with that shit, you guys. I'm done with that. There's so much more out there for all of us, Why do you want to spend your life tied to that routine, that rut, when there's so much more out there? There's there's traveling, there's dreams to build. You know what I mean? There's dreams to build, and all of us walk around like like little robots punching a clock. But what changes? I don't talk like this when I go to work. I love my job. My job is fun. Nothing fires me up like this. I'm on such a roll. Sorry. But I got new colors to show you too. Hold on. I just, this isn't like the big, like, oh my God, come join my team because I that cliche sort of, it's going to change your life, but it's going to change your life. And if what I do isn't for you, please, like, just go out and find the thing. Just go out and find the thing that puts a smile on your face, that doesn't make you feel like what you feel like when you just get to work in the morning and you're staring at the clock waiting for the time to go home, and you come home and all you do is make dinner and, hi Jen, you come home and all you do is make dinner and get the kids ready for bed and go to bed and get up and do it all over again. It's no way to live, and I'm done living that way, you guys. I'm so done living that way. And if I can help anybody else just get on that path to see that there's a different way to live, then that's like what this is all about. I just always have known I had something sort of in me, some sort of strength, some sort of something that's like, I can tell you, like, you can do this. You can do more. You deserve more. If you need to borrow some of my strength until you get there on your own, like, it's here, and it just, I just realized this morning, why am I stuck? Why am I here? Why am I still in the same place I was a year ago? Why am I still in the same place I was a year ago? Because I wasn't done cooking. I was the cupcake with the mushy batter inside, that the heat just got turned up so far so that everything looked good on the outside and on paper, but inside there was a whole lot of stuff that needed to still happen, and if you didn't get that growing up, it's sad and it sucks, but it's the reality. So you find a way to give it to yourself. You find a way to surround yourself and bring people into your life that give that to you. And if there's people in your life that don't give that to you, it's time to remove them from your life. If there's situations or environments in your life that don't give that to you, it's time to remove yourself from that. It's time to remove yourself from that, because you deserve more. At the end of the day, if you're sitting there stressing and wondering and worrying every day, I used to sit there every day thinking I should be doing something more. There's something else I should be doing. There's something else I should be doing. What should I do next? What do I want to do when I grow up? What's the answer? What's the answer? Like, this is it for me. This is it for me. because I found a place that I can sort of like tell you that you can be sitting there, you know, spending your life working for somebody else because for whatever reason, the way you grew up or whatever made you so desperate to hear approval, for other people's approval. You know, to be so desperate for other people's approval that you'll take all these amazing strengths and talents and gifts that you have and give them to somebody else and work for somebody else for nothing, for pennies to the dollar on what it brings them. I mean, I'm just trying to speak the truth. I'm just trying to keep it real, but it's true, you know? So, you know, for me, getting in this business and getting to this point where I have been able to dive in and weed through my life and weed through people and weed through situations and weed through these things to make sure I'm surrounded by people who are positive and supportive and, you know, not naysayers and like, you can do this. You know what I mean? Like, it's a big change. So now there's like a shift and I felt it. I literally felt it this morning. This shift that's like, I don't need to continue to go punch a clock so that some person sitting back with their vacation homes and boats and whatever else they got that I don't got, just for them to say, good job, Robin, you're really good at this. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. So whatever your thing is, whatever your, you know, is it food? Is it drugs? Is it drinking? Is it gambling? Is it shopping? Is it whatever? Is it codependency? Is it being in a toxic relationship? Whatever it is out there, there's something that you're getting from it that's feeding you. So I encourage you to stop and look inside and face yourself and be willing to accept the things that maybe you're not doing so great at. And then when you find all those things and you kind of strip it away, you got to turn towards the things that make you happy. And how do you do that? Well, you know what? If you're doing something, if you're sitting there doing something and it puts a smile on your face, just do some more of that thing. Go out and find the thing. I discovered really early when I started doing this business and putting on makeup in front of people, it's just fun for me. It's like a creative outlet. We all need a creative outlet, right? Like, just go do the thing that makes you smile. Does it make you smile to dance? Go keep dancing more. Does it make you smile to, like my son, like runs around the house with screwdrivers and it makes me crazy a little bit. But he runs around the house with little screwdrivers and he takes the screws out of everything, of all his toys, and he rebuilds them into different things. I'm not going to stop him from doing that because I don't want to clean up a mess. Yep, there's times that it's frustrating, but like, that's his expression of what's going on in his mind. I'm not going to stifle that, you know? And I'm gonna let him express that because I don't want him to get to the point where I had to wait till I was almost 40 years old to get to, you know? So, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't finish putting on the rest of my makeup because this has been a while already. And I just wanted to get on and show you guys some new colors. But I got really just fired up today and I felt a big shift for myself today. Like, literally felt it. Like, literally felt it, because you know those times where you just realize something, and then once you see the thing, you can't unsee the thing? Like, I can't unsee the thing. Like, I've spent all this time up until this point working for other people because there was something in it that served me. What was serving me? Somebody saying, good job, Robin, you're so good at this, you're so good at this, keep doing what you're doing, keep staying in this exact same place because it's doing really good for me. It's really what they're saying. You know, and are there people out there, are there companies out there that encourage growth and a different, yes, you know, but the average paycheck to paycheck 9 to 5 life, it's not how it works. It's not how it works. I'm sorry, but it's just not how it works. And I have worked, and I'm some of you know where I work, so I'm not going to get too far into it because, you know, you can't, certain things about, see, look, I can't even like talk because who knows what I'm going to, we have certain policies about social media. So it's not, if you know where I work, it's not that I don't love where I work. I love my job. I love what I do. But when you get to the point where there's no more you can go, and I've been with this company since the doors opened, and I've literally helped build it. I literally have played a huge part in building this business that generates millions of dollars a year. But what I bring home to my family in relation to that is pennies, and my family deserves the part of me that I give to them. And how do I give that to my family? By giving it to myself, and by giving it to other people, and giving it to them. Because what my skills and my talents and passions and time and energy has given to that business has gone far. And it's a tough friggin' reality to face and work for a company for 10 years and go, this is as far as it's going to go. You know? What if you love the thing, but the thing doesn't turn out like you thought? Why doesn't it turn out like you thought? Because you're afraid of what's going to happen when you succeed. If you love the thing, it's gonna bring you where you're supposed to go. Your value is so much more. Totally. If you love the thing, it's gonna bring you where you're supposed to go. End of story. And why do people stop? I got to a slow down point in my business in December. Why? Because number one, December through March is a crazy time of year for our family because my oldest son is a wrestler and it takes up a lot of time. And my work is really crazy in December. And I told myself all these things, and I stopped and I looked, and why did things slow down for me in my business? Because guess what? When you get to a place where you think it's going to turn out right and you stop, it's not because the thing, it's because you. It's because you feel you don't deserve it. There's something else you need to resolve. That's called self-sabotage. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Because if you love something, it'll bring you where you're supposed to go. Maybe it may not be the final destination, but it's the stepping stone of where you need to go. If you love the thing, it'll bring you to the thing. You know? Does that make sense? I mean, you can't go wrong by doing something you love, no matter where it brings you. You can't go wrong by that. You can't go wrong by doing that. So, you know, it's a hard reality for me to face, to know that I've spent 10 years in this business and I may be as far as I can go, you know? And there's no limit to what I can do for myself. There's no limit to what I can do on my own. The only limit on it is me. There's nobody telling me you're not allowed to make any more money than you do right now. There's nobody capping me out, you know? And there's nobody truly invested, and why would they be? You know what I mean? It's just everybody's got their own bag, everybody's got their own thing, everybody's got their own passion, everybody's got their own business, you know? And you do something until you don't need to do something anymore. So I'm kind of sort of in a place where I don't need the approval from other people. I don't need other people to tell me I'm doing a good job, or I'm smart, or I'm a fast learner, or, you know, I catch on to things really quick, or, you know, I'm good at selling, or I'm good at leading, or I'm good. I don't need anybody else to tell me that I'm good. I know, you know? I'm not saying that to brag. I'm not saying that to boast. I'm not saying that to, I like French butter on my breakfast toast. Sorry, hot butter. I don't mean to brag. I don't mean to boast, but I like hot butter on a breakfast toast. Sorry. I rock it out, y'all. A baby boy. Sorry. Anyways. I'm just saying it because I want you to know it can change. I want you to know you can do it. I want you to know there's more. I want you to know that you deserve more. And if you don't feel like you do, you find somebody to lean on. You start changing. You start changing who you're surrounded with, what you're surrounded with, what you're doing, what you're fueling your body with. Are you sitting there binge watching Netflix all day long? You're fueling your body with that. You know, garbage in, garbage out. You sitting there binge watching TV all day long? Are you sitting there going shopping with money you don't have? Are you sitting there eating more than you know you should? Are you going out drinking every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night to the point where you have to come home and puke? You know what I mean? Everybody's doing something. And you don't need to do that. So start moving in different circles. Start surrounding yourself with different people. Stop fueling your body with crap. And start filling it up. Start filling it up. What are you doing when you're smiling? Go do more of it. And you know, again, like I said, if you know somebody that needs to hear this message, if you know, just want to spread this message, if you just feel what I'm throwing down, share this video, because there's people that need to see this, there's people that need to hear this, there's people that will get something from this, and I just feel like at this point I have something to give, I have something to lend, I have a strength to share, and I can help you get there. And those times that you're feeling like you can't do it, you have somebody in your corner telling you can. Because I know what it feels like to not have anybody to tell you that, you know? And so that's just what this has done for me. That's the point that this has allowed me to get to. That's the things that it's allowed me to recognize about myself, the harsh truths that you recognize about yourself, and then change them. That's all you can do. It's all you can do in life, you know? So your confidence gets there. Your confidence is there. Just let it out, you know? Your confidence is there because you've been through some shit, and then you can get on the other side of it, you know? So if you're the underdog, if you're sitting there thinking, I could never do that, I could never own my own house, I could never buy a new car, I could never pay for my kids to go to college, I could never do it. Stop telling yourself all the never. Start telling yourself more. Start telling yourself the good things. Start talking about things. Start breathing them into existence, you know? You're awesome, Abby. And that's how things change. So if you want to learn more about this, if you want to talk to me more about this, I'm an open book. Message me anytime. And I hope that this spoke to your heart. I hope that you hit that share button so there's somebody else there that needs to hear this too. And if you're in my VIP group, VIP group, I'm probably just going to go pop in there now to finish putting on my makeup and show these awesome colors. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for giving me a place to kind of get this out. And thank you for just being open to hearing what I have to say. And I'll see you soon. And love you. Bye.